Hello, hello. We're going to do another round of Momento, which is unpacking light, similar to unpacking organized inside, design and conjure, a variety of other new games. It's a bit like its own evolving genre at this point, where you are presented with a scene and then use the elements in the scene to create a story for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and start from a new game. So there's usually a couple levels with this. One has to do with the items that are within the scene, and this is not actually the entire scene. You can scroll in and out. You can also hold the mouse wheel to drag around to see other items. You can click, left click and drag, right click to read if there is an element to be read. And you can zoom with the mouse wheel as well. There are also little puzzles in each scene where if you put all of the elements together for this, says choo-choo down here at the bottom. So it probably revolves around the train in some method. You have the little train elements. And if you find the other train car, there it is. If you right click, it rotates it. And you put it there. Puzzle solved. Choo choo. Now, the rules for moving on to another part of the game are that you want to touch the golden items. There's a counter down here at the bottom, and you can click on this. For example, this is a specialty item. It represents a choice in the game. I'm going to open it, and we're going to, it looks like this one is grayed out that I can't use it anymore. Last time I chose the dinosaur, this time we will choose the unicorn. And you see some other elements have popped into view, and some of them have gold boxes around them. Those need to be addressed in order to complete the level. And there are 8 of them in this level. So what we're going to do, you can interact with all of the other items, but you don't have to. For example, you could neaten this up. You could read this. This tells you about a babysitter who is taking care of Sam so that Tyler can be taken to the doctor, I suppose. All of these are different elements. When you click on them, you can straighten it up. You can put it over here on the wall. You want to put all of the crayons into the box. And they don't have to be neatly aligned, but they can be if you want them to be. And take the xylophone mallet and put it down here next to the xylophone. But all of this is very incidental to what actually needs to happen to the game to move on. So these are, not sure what these are, honestly. Maybe they're little window boxes. Here we go. They're little plants that go on the window box, on the windowsill, and little plants that can go inside them. And there's a little onion, and there's a little radish. And then the other thing they want you to pick up is the little doll. Let's go ahead and put all of the childhood drawings. You can sort of put them away. Let's say it keeps trying to unfold them. Go ahead and put that over there. All right, so this is the Etch-a-Sketch. Go ahead and put you the little carrot in here. If you click on this, you can change it to solve the Rubik's Cube. This has got the rattle. This has got a note on it that says that it belongs to Tyler and to not to Sam. This is 1001 paper cranes. Which I read a book like that when I was a kid. It was about a young child who had a major childhood illness. There you go. We've put all of the blocks in here. It's telling us we're still missing one more gold item that has not been. I put the item in there, but I didn't move it. You do have to tweak it a little bit, even if you intend to leave it in roughly the same location. There are no alternate states. And it pops up little tip puzzles. It'll keep popping them up for as long as it can. I'm going to go ahead and... I wonder if you can stack them. You can't really stack items in a lot of these games. But it's telling us we can move on if we want to. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And you can be as precise or as messy as you want. You can leave the whole room a mess. You can deliberately make it a mess. Or you can neaten it up. So we're going up a different route this time. The little photos, I believe this one is called The Budding Artist. You notice you have more of these little boxes and you have a trash can, which you didn't have before. Let's see. I scroll sideways. Yeah. And you also have a couple of boxes that you can put things into. This is still there. All of the elements that you kept from that you keep from one space to another will still be there. And all of the items that you trash, I believe, will vanish within the next one. So we're going to just go ahead and put that. These are little scraps of something. We're going to put that into the trash can. This says, let me know what you think. Sometimes the select and rollover effects get a little... Frankie's awesome, super, super nonfiction book that's super cool by Frankie. Sometimes the rollover effect versus the select effect are a little fussy. This says, this is a postcard from the dad. This is more postcards. He travels a lot. I have no idea what that is. It looks like a marble of some kind. Any idea what Tyler wants for his birthday? Hopefully he won't be sick again this time. So Tyler is still sick. Dragon Man Rebirth. Nice. Here are more books about dinosaurs. This is a book about painting. Let's go ahead and put that here. So part of this is that it wants you to make choices as to what sort of a personality this person has and how they arrange the world around them. So these are postcards going over a certain number of years. This is one of them mentions a Moon Man diorama. And so that's just a little scrap of something. Or no, this is a piece of the, this has something to do with stamping. I'm going to ignore that. I picked you some flowers from the garden, Sally. I'll put all the notes over here. Marbles need to stay in the jar when we're done with them. So is there a jar that the marbles need to go into? There are flowers. Put all of the flowers. So Sally is our best friend. She has put the rocket ship into little boxes, and you can decide if you want to keep things. What is this? This is some sort of family tree. You can close that, you can move it, let it go, open it up. What is that? That is a shovel of some kind. It's another marble. We need a jar to put the marbles in. I guess we can put them into here. Drop it. And there we go. And it will flash red if you're trying to put something into a jar that, or into a space that doesn't take it. So we'll go ahead and put all those on the windowsill. Ooh. Put our flowers in there. You're on the floor for some reason. We'll go ahead and just stack those on the bed. All right, so. Oh. So this is the part again where you start to get as fussy or not as you please. So we have a, yes, tooltips. Tooltips are important, but also kind of not. There's a little moon man. There's another marble. I think it has to do with the fact that my resolution is a little fussy. All right, this is a bucket. What are you? A piece of trash. So we've put all of the items into the trash can and we got a prize. There's a bucket here. One of the items had to do with, that's interesting, that has a little bit of paper attached to it. This is not a weapon. I think, well, all right. Okay. You together. Put you up there. So yeah, for tomorrow. There's another little bit of ephemera. Go. Says my family, but it kind of only shows 3 people. Sam, Tyler, and Mom at the aquarium. Yeah. All right, so again, you can fuss about, this part of this is what the story is like, artist self-portrait. So you can decide if you want her to be an artist, or you can trash all of the items that have to do with art. This is carried over all of the children's books, including a lot of elements that, here we go. This has something to do with Tyler and Sally. Marbles need to stay in the box. Yes, yes. We're going to put that up there. So let's get to work on some of these items. You're making a choice here. You can, for example, choose the book, which looks like a science book, or you can choose what might be another art piece. Go ahead and do that. And it's given us a bunch of artistic tools. We've got our old friend, the crayon box, and we've got the crayons scattered all over the place. We want to do something with them again. It's counting up. It's saying you have to, don't necessarily have to put them away, but you have to move them in some fashion. Same with this. Let's go ahead and put that there. This is a little piece of ephemera. It's like a first prize. And they're up. I want to see the stars. So that is probably going to go with this little piece of artwork. There's a box down here. In order to really get at it, you have to read the note. Parcel undelivered, return to sender. We'll go ahead and drop that in here. There we go. A lot of these games sometimes will have a bit of fuss and bother with the states and what you're trying to do. This wants to come out before we can read it. It's his birthday card to Dad. And the book, nope. See, this is what I'm talking about. It'll choose the box, take the thing out of it in order to read it. 99 knock-knock jokes for dads. So we're going to leave that there. We're going to put that away because nobody needs that many knock-knock jokes. It has to be open. Stop that. You need to put that on top, and then you need to close it. We're just going to put that into the box. We're going to accidentally get it. Let's ball this up. Let's see what happens. Now, it wants to stick it on the box. And now it's changed its state. Let's drop it in there. Can we drop it in there? There we go. Ooh, cannot. It doesn't want to. Let's try that out. Let's see what that does. Science fair, math fair, more books. I'm a bookie sort of person. You throw out all of the childhood art, but if she is a childhood artist, then she might want to hold on to that kind of stuff. This is an element that has to do with Tyler and James. Uh-oh. So there's Tyler. Yes, there's Tyler and James. Although why she's got all the Tyler stuff, I don't know. All right, that is a dollhouse of some kind. This is a fighting set of some kind. Let's go ahead and it's a castle. All right. So we'll go ahead and put the castle together. You have to click twice, once to pick it up and once to put it down. which is a little annoying when you want to leave things where they are. And we could get rid of the blocks except for maybe one of them. This thinks it is still there. Here we go. Let's just click on everything and move it just in case. And we'll set it back here. Here we go. We have teeny tiny glade. Nice. All right. And then we're going to, one thing that is nice is it will let you drag the entire object. We've gotten this one. Ooh, what are you? Go, put it down. That's weird. Oh, it wants to live on that no matter what. All right, fine. Put it down. Move out of the way. See, I kind of expect when in some ways for the click behavior to be a little different, and I'm not sure what's tripping me up. I suspect that I will get used to that as I go. Let's put you up here. Let's trash you. Let's trash you because you don't need blocks anymore. There we go. Let's put the boots next to each other. Nope. Put you back. Let's put you there. All right. Let's put you in here. Can we put you in here? Kind of on top. All right, that's a note to self. We have some more. I see it's popped in something where we put another piece of the. Come on. I want you to go sideways now. You're on it. Therefore, you can't move. Is that what you're telling me? It can't move because it wants to be sideways. All right, we're just going to stick you. Actually, we're going to keep all of you. I don't have to keep all of you. You can go away. All right, so we are still missing one of the gold items somewhere in the room than it is right now. What do you say? Don't forget you have art classes in the afternoon. You don't need to be reminded of that sort of thing. All right, there we go. So 41 out of 41, and we have selected. All right, do you want a unicorn lamp or a basketball lamp? Go with a unicorn lamp. And that has given us this little plant in a jar and a little pillow of some kind. Mobile. Put that over there. Out of the way. We have 3 new gold items somewhere on the space. And maybe they're up top. Maybe they're hidden inside something. What are you? English. All right. Let's go ahead and take you in there. Oh, we're gonna put you back. Put you back. A number of little post-it notes. Okay. I know you took my stuff again. Well, sucks to be you. Ah. All right. We have a little flower power cushion. We took it off the chair. Why can't we put it back on the chair? All right, fine. Put it over here on this one. So part of this is to find all of the items that have a element to them. And decide which ones you're going to keep. Let's open up another one of these. I want to keep googly eyes. That's what the note was talking about. Now they're matching. Don't let him die. All right. I'm going to put you up on the bulletin board. We have another one of these little plants that can go in the window. She's very into botany. Here we go. Stay. Got a. Obviously, we want the lamp down here where it can be seen. All right. Let's. It's off screen. Here we go. We can do a dream catcher or an airplane. Let's do a dream catcher. But we want to get the flowers. We have more flowers. Honestly, I don't know what this is, and I don't like it. So, get rid of that. You are another plant. Put all the plants in the window. All right. You, I have decided I'm not keeping. Go away. We have a flower lamps there. Got more. Here we go. Your little fussy decoration things. I don't like them. There's probably a puzzle associated with them, but I can't be bothered. Oh, is it full now? Will it not let me put anything else in it? Rude. All right, fine. I will take out all right. I'm still missing 2 of the gold items, though, including, I believe, no, I got all of the, what are you? Oh, yeah, that's documenting Dad. If you've clicked on all of the postcards, I feel like I'm missing some of the let's just stack all the books over here. I feel like I'm missing something again. Oh, wait, you're new. What are you? You're like you look like you should open, but you don't. So we'll take it. Oh, and a little flower crown. There we go. Put you up there. All right, so it has allowed us to move on. And we've got a little girly girl who nonetheless has a little, who has stolen her brother's little knight and armor castle. And we are going to, yeah, we're just going to leave that there. There's like, you could do things like put the summer stuff up here. It's obviously a beach ball. Put all sorts of stuff together. But we will go ahead and move on. Moving on to the next room. I've completed 40% of Momento's demos. I found 16 puzzles, visited 2 of 3 rooms, and chosen 16 out of 17. So you can try again, or you can play creative mode. Let's start a new life. There are some things that I would change. It's going to start me over probably in the kids' room. There we go. Now, we can't select the teddy bear. Let's select the dinosaur. It's given us a bunch of items. There we go. One thing I don't see in here is one of the trash cans. So you have to have all, just sort of keep everything in here. What I want to try to do is, if you put all of the farm animals together. What do you do? You're a choo-choo train. Yeah. Select. Put all of the. This thing is really important for some reason. I never liked some. I was one of those children that lost all the pieces. And that was the end of that. All right, I've solved the animal farm puzzle. Let's see. I want to try and put the animals. Can you put the animals solve the puzzle? All righty. I think that the chicken wants to take a ride in the train. There we go. I've solved Choo-Choo again. So if we open this up, books in their nooks, that's obviously going to want to put all of the books into the bookshelf. I'm going to like that. I'm going to turn you into that. Let's see. You're a book. Are you a book? Yes. There we go. Books in their nooks. So we have solved the puzzle. Do you get anything for stacking these horizontally? No. But it's fun. So yeah. So we have the ability to move on. We can see what the little dinosaurs room looks like. This says the Cretaceous period. All right, I'm getting rid of that thing. I don't like it. Never did. You go back into your choo-choo train. There we go. Got ourselves a Mr. Googly Eyes. ahead and stack you again. In this case, we can choose the book or we can choose the art. Let's choose the book. This is giving us a bunch of things that have to do with animals. We still have the present from Dad. We still have Sam was involved in a tussle today. They will have detention on Thursday afternoon. Well then. What did you do? There you go. All right. Put you there. If we're Mr. Plants and Animals, we're going to put that there. It says you still want my ant farm. All right. This gives us either an ant farm or a googly eyes. Let's choose the ant farm. Look after them, eh? All right. We're going to I'm going to stick the Post-its on the ant farm because obviously that's going to help. And we're going to drop you there. Can you see Mr. Googly Eyes? Did you keep yours? Well, no, we just chose to get the ant farm instead. So obviously Sally is probably going to be a little miffed with us. So we'll go ahead and chuck her note. Sorry, Sally. Let's put all of the books into this. There. And there. We do still have our little moon. There we go. Stack you again. There we go. What are you for tomorrow? There you go. This is going to give us a lamp or a unicorn. A cloud or a unicorn. So go ahead and put all of the lamps over here. This is a bunch of stars. I guess if you're going for a moon man motif, put all of the stars over here. Put you in there, put you back there, fly me to the moon. Yep. All right. What's going on over here? But each of the papers counts as something, so... What are you? Sorry for breaking your robot doll. You can have my Polly. Yeah, Frankie's little book. What are you? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Go over there. Roll you up. Stick you next to the other one. All right, that's still going on about Tyler. You can move there. You can move there. You can move there. You can move there. There. No, it's in there somewhere, right? I hope it's in there somewhere. The box doesn't move. Interesting. Okay. Okay, Tyler is still sick and Sally is still worried. Pass this on to Tyler. All right, we have another box over here. We do a planet or dream catcher. Let's do planets. It gives us a bunch more sort of stars and shapes. There is a bug catching net. I'm going to go ahead and move you down here and just stick you over there. Go ahead and keep you. You're going in the trash. You're going in the trash. You can live on the desk. Oh, right. There's a whole bunch of stuff up here. Yep. And there's another one of these books. There's a little bit of layering going. All right. See, it has you keep a lot of stuff if it's going to put a limit on the box. What do you do? We're just another little star. This is also not a weapon. The bug net. Okay, this is the one that says I know you took my stuff again. All right. What are you? Oh, you're something that catches bugs. Let's stick her down. Fold up. I kind of get what they're going for with asking you to navigate around the room, but it is also a bit annoying. All right. One more of these. You can either do a dinosaur set or a dollhouse. Let's go all in on the dinosaurs. Put all of the dinosaurs back in there. There's the other dinosaur. You can sit on that. So I still have somewhere a gold item that I did not touch or read. And this is the present for Dad. I wonder if we give him a different book. There we go. I don't know that it does anything, but go ahead and do that. And then stick you here. Can you fit in here? There you go. There you go. All the books put away. All of the stuffed animals over here, except for the shark. All right, that's a note for. Do we want to get rid of the caboose? No, we're going to need the caboose. Okay. I'm still missing, according to the count in the lower corner, I am still missing something. That, the pterodactyl. You have to look all over the place. Puzzle solved, Jurassic Park. And all of the puzzles around here. See, we've never done dolls in the dollhouse. Missing some of these. We could throw out some of these little post-it notes because they were just fussy. They're fussy little things. We don't need the coupon either. Okay. There we go. We've solved that. I'm ready to move on to the next room. So I found 23 of 40. I've visited 3 rooms and I have chosen 12 mementos. So I could start over again and make different choices and see what it looks like, where you can do creative mode, where you're really just organizing and sorting and neating up the room and making it a designed space based on what you want. Or I'll go ahead and go back to the menu. This one is interesting compared to some of the others. It has more of a items as storytelling device. A Story Life Tabitha has something similar. I think this has a more subtle mechanic. I've not played Unpacking. Although I understand it to be very similar in terms of the things you keep and the things you don't. Although I got the impression that had more of a pre-written narrative, whereas this one is obviously very deliberately designed to move you through life, and you're choosing the interests and the personalities and possibly even the friendships that you're keeping based on, for example, whether you keep the plant with the googly eyes, maybe aligns you with Sally, whereas if you keep the notebook from Frankie, then he's your best friend and he's in your life forever. So that does make it interesting to me. I do like that element of it. It has a more active, less passive element. The choice mechanic makes it more replayable because you can see the different pieces as you're moving around. For example, I tend to keep all the books just because I can, but I trash all of the little extra bits from the toys because who keeps those? There's a lot going on here. I really like the look of it. I'm very curious to see. This one has engaged me a little bit more than some of the others, which were a little fussier. They wanted you to keep everything and find a space for it. It was a bit more like the organizing games, like A Little to the Left, where it was about finding a space for things. Whereas this one, I like the fact that the trash can is there, that very deliberately has you choosing elements to keep or to not keep. And the puzzle comes from, I guess, remembering which choices you've made in the past and what the impacts were. And it's less of a, you must do a certain sort of life, and more of, there's no right answer. You just sort of play with the different elements as you go through. So I find that very interesting, and I'm curious to see what the full game, how many rooms there are, for example, and what the mechanics are as you move through the full game. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there, and I will say thanks for watching and see you next time.